name is Sam Albert, and I'm the president of NAHS this year. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please help me in welcoming our guest speaker, Jay Takahashi, who worked with Broadway on costume design.
A little disclaimer, I was not the costume designer. I was the costume craftsperson extraordinaire. I see some face. It's coming.
We'll get brighter as it warms up.
We'll see. Oh, here it comes. Hello, I'm Jay Takahashi, proud mother of Keiko Takahashi, who is being inducted tonight, and Seiji Takahashi, who also attends Mount Olive High School. Thank you for having me come speak at your National Art Honor Society induction. It is an honor for me to share in this recognition of your creative minds and passion for art. This is a remarkable achievement. You should be very proud of yourselves. Congratulations. I was asked to speak tonight on one of my favorite subjects, how I professionally did art and how my art degree helped me in life. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from Kansas City Art Institute in Kansas City, Missouri. I majored in painting and also took classes in drawing, printmaking, fiber arts, and ceramics. I love my art degree. All of the major things I have done in my life is because of my art education. I grew up in a small town in the southeast corner of Nebraska. I enjoyed growing up on a farm, but there weren't many options there. I loved my high school art class, my art teacher, and observing the nature around me. You too probably have a keen sense of observation of the people and things around you. You possess a unique perspective and talent that has brought you here tonight. That is where it all starts, the creative way of thinking, the enjoyment of noticing and observing color, shape, and form, the rewarding challenge of working in a new medium and creating something, of meeting like-minded individuals and being in a creative atmosphere. What a wonderful way to approach life. So upon graduating high school, I decided to follow my heart to art school. I was excited to study with a concentrated focus on creativity and delve more into the foundations of art. I learned from my professors drawing, shading, contour, but mostly observation, how to really look at something, drawing what you see, drawing from life. One professor told me, draw the air behind the model's head. How do you do it? But I kind of understood him a little bit. I also learned from the creative students around me. I made friends with painters, sculptors, ceramic artists, photographers, illustrators, printmakers. After college, oh, please come up. I applied for many internships, and I first got an internship at Glimmerglass Opera Company in Cooperstown, New York. There, I worked in the costume crafts department. I had no idea that this world of fairy wings and costumes existed, let alone needed to be painted by me. Oh, I was in heaven. In costume crafts, you assist the costume shop by taking care of the fabric dyeing, painting of fabrics, costume distressing, jewelry, mask making, hats, wings, armor, puppets, foam structures, any other specialty items needed in the production of a show. You can kind of see, but not really. It was the 90s, so I'm sorry about this old scanned-in photos over there. But on the left is the sketch that the costume designer would hand over to you. Costume designer can draw whatever they want on a piece of paper. It looks very lovely. But how are you, as a craftsperson, going to make that sketch into a reality? At Glimmerglass, I was introduced to what it takes to build and stage an opera, and the team of creative people necessary to make that happen. I worked alongside talented people who knew how to understand a designer's sketch and craft that sketch. One of the reasons I was hired was my skill in painting, fabric dyeing, and creative problem solving. All of these 3 costumes here are hand painted by me for Paul Bunyan, the opera company. Thank you, art school, for those classes and those experiences. I couldn't believe I was tea dyeing turkey feathers, painting the fairy wings, painting the chaps, and meeting with the costume designers, talking with them and understanding how they wanted their designs realized. This is an important skill that designers look for in choosing a creative team to work with. My art education supported me here in technical knowledge and creative ways of thinking. In 2 years, I became the head of this costume craft department. Next came my internship at Juilliard in New York City in their costume department. Do you know how to dye fabric? Yes, that was one of my electives in college. Can you make this costume look old and distressed? Well, yes. Now you have to think. What do old clothes look like, and how can I use paint and sandpaper to achieve that effect? Creative problem solving. Can you make a dancing tomato costume? Yes, I can. Now I have to apply 3-dimensional thinking. Oh, I laid awake at night trying to figure out how to make that foam structure underneath that dancing tomato. Think beach ball, think beach ball. Here is the rest of the dancing salad: mushroom, salad, my favorite, cucumber, and celery. Every art class I took in high school and every class I took in art college prepared me for these artistic challenges and how to solve those creative problems. But it's also the talent that you have in your hands and your own artistic sensibility. Not everyone has that, but you do. From Juilliard, I moved on to Broadway. I became the fabric dyer at Parson Mears Costume Shop in New York City. Here I used my eye for color matching and many creative dye techniques like drip dyeing, shibori, ombre, and contributed to the costumes of many Broadway shows. Here are just a few. Bring in the noise, bring in the funk. Please notice the 2 gentlemen holding on to the pole. I painted their coats so they look greasy and grimy, but it's just paint. I also dyed fabric for Phantom of the Opera. I had to match that specific red and that specific green, holding true to the original design. I dyed lots of fabric for The Lion King. Yes, Rafiki, I dyed that rust several times for your costume there. I also dyed the rope for the grassland dancers, their skirts, and many of the plant dancers, I'm not sure what their official title is, in the background. I've got fabric all over in those. I also dyed this particular dress worn by the very lovely Miss Vanessa Williams when she starred in Into the Woods. I used a nice drip dye technique there. I hand painted kimonos for New York City Opera's production of Madame Butterfly. Oh, and I also worked on a little movie, some of you may heard of it, Zoolander. I met Mr. Stiller, he was very nice, I matched his skin tone, and I also worked on something that they called the garbage dress. Some of the work was glamorous and went into a costume for a principal actor, but some of it was more behind the scenes, like matching the skin tone of a dancer for Mr. Stiller, and dyeing some elastic for Tarzan's loincloth, but all of it mattered in the achieving of a creative vision. One designer told me that what I did was brave. Being creative is brave. It was such a great experience to work with talented designers who recognized and trusted in my artistic abilities to bring their 2-dimensional renderings to life. I had no idea back then that you could actually major in costume design or technical theater in college. There's so many ways to apply your creative sense and talent and use an art degree. And yes, using my art degree in creative fields paid all my bills. It paid all my student loans, and I never had to be a waitress. Fast forward to more recent times. I've taught private art classes, private art lessons. I've held summer art camps. I've painted murals in homes. I've painted backdrops and set pieces for a local church's vacation Bible school program. And I've also created a 10-foot dragon. There's so many ways you can apply an art degree and use your creative abilities. We haven't even touched on film and animation, graphic design, illustration, television, commercials, or being an art educator. Now I am applying my art degree in teaching preschool. It's not just arts and crafts, but yes, it's arts and crafts. My art degree infuses the classroom with an added layer of creativity. It opens up the exploration of lines, straight lines, curved lines, scribble lines, as the children begin their journey to writing and literacy. Art in the classroom gives choices. It ignites creativity. It sparks decision making. It strengthens their fine motor skills. It gets students curious and excited about learning. Art lends itself through all learning and supports everything we do. Every class you are taking now, every activity you are involved in feeds and informs your artistic sensibility. See your experiences as a collaboration with your creative self. So branch out, try new things, draw from life, and fully engage in the world around you. And know that your parents, your family, your friends, the people around you, and myself are proud of you for being inducted into the National Art Honor Society. And we are cheering you on. Thank you and congratulations.
Please help me in welcoming to the table our officers for this year, our Vice President, Sky Flores, our Attendant Secretary, Jillian Penzak, our Corresponding Secretary, Nina Copen, and our Historian, Bryn Essingen. Yeah. There you go. They let me handle fire. I don't know why they let me do this. It's not a great idea. The National Art Honor Society is a National Art Education Association sponsored organization designed for junior and senior high school students. The primary purpose is to inspire and recognize those students who have shown exceptional ability and outstanding achievement in arts. Membership in the society is based upon art, scholarship, service, and character. Number 1, there are 7 purposes and goals of the National Art Honor Society. We will light each light a candle to explain the purposes and goals. To inspire and recognize those students who have shown outstanding achievement and ability in art.
Number 2, to foster excellence and dedicated spirit to the pursuit of art.
Number 3, to further creative abilities and talents of the Society's members as well as the school's entire student art enrollment.
For aid members in the working toward the attainment of their highest potential in the art or area.
5, to bring art to the attention of the school and community.
6, to increase an awareness of art in relation to other areas of the school curriculum.
7, to further aesthetic awareness in all aspects of the school's total program.
8, as president, I will now give the society's charge to all new members. Please rise.
Members. Members.
Take of the world its colors and forms, its lines and textures, combine all these into a beautiful statement of what is to be human. Give back to the world the same elements of beauty that you, as an artist, take from it. Create beauty in the world with your talents and your living. Please repeat after me the pledge. I will in my life.
I will in my life.
To the best of my ability through my talents in art.
To the best of my ability through my talents in art.
Help to create a more beautiful world.
Help to create a more beautiful world.
For myself, for humankind,
For myself, for humankind,
and for all living things.
and for all living things.
Congratulations to our new inductees of the Mount Olive High School chapter of NAHS. Thank you to all those who came to watch the induction of these students. You all may be seated. Now I'll introduce our advisors, Peter Morgan, Todd Carpenter, Claire McNally, Donna Larkin, and unfortunately Thomas Manstow could not join us, but he is a very loved teacher of ours.
We have a little something special for the seniors. They gave us, they printed this out.
It's their plans for after they graduate and what kind of fictional car they would be.
It's a little something fun to lighten up the evening. Samantha Albert.
Samantha will be going to RIT for industrial engineering / graphic design, and Sam's fictional car would be Tex Dinoco from the movie Cars.
Sean Dale.
Sean plans to go to NJIT, and Sean's answer for the fictional cars is the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Braden Enziger.
Braden will be going to RIT for photographic science, and he would be Mr. Bean's car.
Skyline Flores.
Sky will be going to NJIT for biology, and Sky would be Optimus Prime because it's sexy.
Amethyst Garcia.
Duquesne? Oh, I've never heard of it. Amethyst will be going to Duquesne for University for Nursing, and Amethyst would be a 1969 Ford Mustang. Megan would be studying exercise science and getting into Doctorate of Physical Therapy program at Stockton University. And your fictional car would be Bumblebee because he is just so silly and makes me enjoy it.
Ariana Obando.
Ariana committed to Moore College of Art and Design to major in art education, and her fictional car would be the Fast and Furious Suki's. What is this?
Fast and Furious Suki, what?
The car is cute and pink, like her inner aura.
Keiko Takahashi.
Keiko will be attending RIT for film and animation, and Keiko would be the Match 5 from Speed Racer.
Mach 5.
Mach 5, that's classic. Yes, that is.
Oh, the recent? It's Asian and awesome, and so am I.
All right, now we're going to call up our juniors and congratulate our juniors with a certificate of membership. Alexandra Cohen. Juno Copen. Congratulations. Jillian Penza. Gianna Rocco. Michaela Tago. Elizabeth Dare. Isabella Zaire.
we're doing congratulatory remarks.
Oh, you're right. Mr. Kevin Moore is going to give the congratulatory remarks to our inductees.
Our principal.
Our principal.
Thank you. First and foremost, before I address our inductees tonight, I just want to thank again Mrs. Takahashi for sharing your experiences with us tonight. That's some big time stuff there, so thank you very much for coming tonight and sharing. And to our inductees and our current members of the ARC National Honor Society. Don't tell anybody, but this is my favorite honor society. and I'll tell you why. Because every year, this is my 4th year now at the high school, and every year the students that are in our art program continually just impress the heck out of me. From the creativity to the innovation, just to the level of talent that is currently assembled in this room. Every year I get more and more impressed. And one of the other things that, and before I even get to this part, I want to say this, that the art department is only as strong as our faculty, okay? And these folks that are sitting to my right here, Mr. Carpenter, Ms. McNally, Ms. Larkin, Mr. Van Stone, who's not with us tonight, Mr. Morgan, what you may not realize is that they are fierce advocates of all of you sitting here. Okay, they will go and fight tooth and nail for the students that sit in their classrooms. Am I right? And that is why I believe we have such a strong art department here. And why our students who continually impress go on to do such fantastic things once they leave here, whether that's going into the workforce or whether that's going to art school or just school outside of art. The accomplishments that come from within the program they're just utterly impressive. I keep using that same word, okay? And here at Mount Olive High School, what we're known for quite often is our facilities, right? And it's our, we have a dome, and we have a stadium, and we have a mill, and we have all of these different parts of our physical plant that people usually talk about out in the community and outside of our own community. And the one thing I think that's understated the most is the art department, the artists, okay? And when I talk about a graduation, which some of you will know soon enough, is the amount of scholarship money that is awarded to our art students every single year. And you guys can correct me if I'm exaggerating, but annually, it's over $500,000 easily. So we have great sports programs, we have great everything else. The art department puts everybody else to shame in terms of scholarships, year in and year out. That is the level of talent that gets produced at Mount Olive High School. And it's a credit to these folks to my right, and it's a credit to all of you, and for your work, your creativity, your level of talent. We can't, and behalf on Mount Olive High School's administration, you do us proud. So keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations on tonight. It's certainly an honor, and we're so happy for you, Mount Olive High School. Thank you, everybody.
This is what they're all really good at. This is the Cookie Master coronation. As part of this evening's festivities, what we do is we ask them all to bake their version of a chocolate chip cookie for your reception at the end and for my sweet tooth. So I would like to mention 2 runners-up. If you want to stand and be recognized, but please, I only have 1 crown. Yep. Second runner-up was Braden Essinger. And then first runner-up was Mika Tago. And the cookie crown of Cookie Master goes to Skyland Flores. There we go. She loves photos.
I know. Wait, go grab your cookies.
Oh, no, she can put, runners up and everybody else, we thank you all so much for coming. We really appreciate your presence. And right outside this gate, there are cookies and some bottles of water. Please go out, sample the celebration, and thank you once again for coming. We really appreciate it.